1971. This number has a special significance in our life, right? The 1971 number, the number with a special meaning, the number with a value. There has been a lot of problems in our country before 1971, but together with a proper mechanism, with a proper strategy, we developed a beautiful country to add values to others' life. Now, we are going to use this number to create a greater value to the people of Bangladesh, which we will be discussing throughout our presentation. Moving on. This man, Mr. Kamal, he has been using public services for almost 25 years. He has been traveling in the local bus but sees a lot of problems. For example, lack of proper management systems, disrespect to the people, lack of proper transportation systems, but he cannot do anything about it. What can he do? There is no proper system for facilitation. There is no proper system for providing the feedbacks. So, he's a common man, he cannot do anything about it. These two stories have something in common. Moving on. We are Team Dexters. Throughout our presentation, we are going to talk about the feedback mechanism of the public service which the government provides. The case background. Now, as you all know, the case background is there is no proper feedback mechanism for the public service, which creates a lot of problems, which arises the symptoms that potential problems of public services are undetectable. Well, how can people, how can the government and their agencies detect the problems when there is no feedback system? The most important factor for determining the problems. Moving on. Now, this brings us to the challenge that only effective number of people are using the service actively, and the question arises that we have to make the people aware of the feedback mechanism systems. Moving on. Now, what is the main campaign objective? First of all, it's to develop a feedback mechanism systems for the public service, to make existing service users aware of the feedback mechanism systems. The end goal is to make the existing service users use the feedback mechanism systems. Moving on. Now, the target audience, mainly the target audience are the existing public service users, mainly the urban and the rural people. Secondly, age group from 15 and above, and the people all over the country who are availing the public service systems. Moving on. Now, what is the big idea? The idea is very simple. With the help of providing the simplest form of feedback mechanism systems, we are not going to make it difficult. The idea is very simple, as I said, providing the simplest form of feedback mechanism systems for the people. Now let's get back to 1971.
Now, you must be wondering how we would get the feedback back from the pupils. We will be using telephone. Now, mobile phone has broke all the economic barriers and is now available in the hand of almost the people of all the people of our country. So we will be using free feedback service. And we have named this service Agrogati 1971. Now, why have we used this number? This number is very closely related to us, our existence, our dignity. So this number will be very easily remembered by the pupil. Also, through this service, people can call or text, give any suggestion or complaints they have. Also, we must keep into consideration that people of the rural areas are not very much used to the texting technology, so we have kept a voice message option for them that is also free. Also, there will be a within 24-hour response by our representatives. Moving on. Now, the slogan Shopne Desh Amader Hater Muthoi. We use telephones in our palms, and through our mobiles we will be providing feedback to develop our public sector, and this in result will help us to develop our country and build our Shopne Desh. So from there we got into the slogan Shopne Desh Amader Hater Muthoi. Next.
Now, we were asked to come up with an awareness campaign for our project, which is Agrogati 1971. First of all, in the urban areas, we will be doing celebrities. We will be having celebrity spokesperson. We will have two celebrity spokesperson. One is Momtaz. Why Momtaz? Momtaz is a very famous person, a very famous face across the country. People know her, and she can promote our campaign through her songs, and we can leverage her awareness. And we will also have the captain of our national cricket team, Mr. Mustafi bin Murtaza. Now, we know that he is Mr. Dependable. People can rely on him, people will listen to him, people will do what he says. So it will actually help us build the awareness. Moving on. Now, there will be a TVC in the national channels, especially before the news, and from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the prime time. And the RDCs will be played in the morning for the office-bound people, and in the evening for the home-bound people, and especially from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Radio Furti and also in Bangladesh Betar. Moving on. There will be print advertisements on the national dailies, and now we will be doing vehicle branding. Inside the buses and on the back side of the buses there will be banners promoting the campaign, and there, we will also ask the rickshaw pullers to wear t-shirts with logos of our campaign, message of our campaign. When we sit on a rickshaw, we can see the message from the t-shirt. Moving on. Now this is the sample billboard that we have come up with. It's a very attractive billboard. We believe that it's a very creative way to promote, and it will be placed in the metropolitan areas. For example, in Dhaka, for Dhaka, it will be in Bonani, Mohakali, Shahbag, Motijil, etc. And as you can see, it reflects the main message. The billboard is held by a hand, and it actually reflects the main message of our campaign. Moving on. Now, we believe that the students are a very large portion of our target audience, so we will address them with a very interactive Facebook page. We'll make a jingle out of the campaign message, and we will post it on Facebook. We will also ask the Facebook users to come up with videos, and we will try to interact with them. Of course, we will post our updates on Facebook pages, and we will also give them regular feedbacks, take their suggestions, etc. Moving on.
For the rural campaign, we are going to focus on the main touch points, which are mainly the Thuli and the Jatras, where we will do little dramas to communicate with the people and aware them. And the main place of discussion in the rural areas are the tongs and the bazaars, where we will poster and make them actually look at them and dial the number and contact us. And we are also going to communicate through our Uthal Baithak, where the headmasters or the imams of the locality will come forward and express the need of public service and our feedback. Moving on. For our alternative, we are going to focus on the primary schools, where they will facilitate the people who do not know how to use the technology. With the process, they can help them to use it, and we can also use the students to act as the buzz agents who can go home to home and communicate with the people. Moving on. And now the mindsets before our campaign and after our campaign. To us, the public service is more or less the one-way communication, and people think it's a bit hassle to communicate with the government people. And after our campaign, it will turn out to be a both-way communication, and people will know their responsibility to the public service, and they will learn to come forward and help the government to achieve what they want for their life. Now, moving on.
As you can see in the timeline, we have decided our campaign to be a 6-month campaign, and we'll be using pulsating campaign. Now, for the first 2 months, we will be using TVC and RDC, and we will also be using it in the last month we want to inject them the awareness again. The jingles, posters, and social media and vehicle branding will be carried out throughout the 6 months. Moving on. Now, with the budget, we have divided our budget into the different IMC campaigns we want to carry out, and for TVC we have allocated 5 crore 22,90,000, and simultaneously we have decided the next budgets as well, looking at the rate cut. So our total budget stands at 6 crore 28,84,000 Dhaka. Moving on. Now, as you can see, our primary target market are the people of age 15 plus. Now, the people within this age range, the one who are consuming the service, is approximately a number of 7 crore 5,12,481, and our campaign target is to at least get feedback from 6 out of the 10 people consuming the public service. Moving on. Now, our desired result is to get feedback from 6 out of 10, and our desired estimated reach would be 4 crore 23,07,488. So, our cost to reach each person will be 1.49 Dhaka per person. Moving on.
Now, the overall evaluation is very much important to understand if our service or the campaign was successful or not. For this reason, we will do surveys conducted to measure the change, periodic marketing research, and we will also evaluate the consumer perception. Moving on. Now, the contingency plans. What will we do if our plan doesn't work? What will we do if there is a failure? First of all, if it's success, we will do no change. But if it's a failure, we will do more research, more new activities, and plan more effective ways to communicate with the people and to give this service. And we will also ensure more frequency and reach. Well, this brings us to the end of our presentation. We will be highly obliged to answer if you have any questions, sir. Thank you.
Okay, can we go back to the page, please? So you're targeting everyone who is above 15 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why?
So because everyone in one sort or another way is a consumer of public service. We are consuming service, transportation service. We are consuming electricity service from the government. We are consuming water service from the government. So everyone is one way or the other a consumer of the public service. Sir.
So in this case, they ask you for a realistic reach, right? So do you think your reach number is realistic? That you can get 60% out of this 70 million people? Is that realistic?
Sir, based on the campaign we have designed, based on the focus point, the touch points which we are touching, we believe that it will be at least more than feasible. At least not feasible. The best case scenario is to expect 6 people out of 10 people, because we are communicating them in every way. For example, TVC, RDC, in every touch points we are trying to communicate them. So we believe that it will be a appropriate reach for us.
For this particular case, I think the definition of reach should be based on the number of complaints that you receive, right?
Yes, sir.
I am walking along the street. I see that call 1971 for any
Yes, sir.
complaints regarding public services, right? I just glance through it, I don't call. I have a problem, I don't call, right?
Yes, sir.
That's not reach.
Yes, sir.
So
Right.
we are focusing.
Do you think you will get a complaint out of 60% of these people?
Yes, sir. Sir, that's a very good point you have raised. Sir, actually we are targeting all kind of people. For example, in Bangladesh, honestly, there are
I
problems in
understand
every...
you're targeting everyone. My question is, do you think you will get a complaint out of 60% of these 70 million people?
Sir, can I say something about that? Sir, I think if we evaluate 10 people from Bangladesh, 8 of them will say that they have a problem with this thing, this service on another. So if we assume that only 6 people will complain about the service, I think it's a valuable, desirable feasibility for us. So in that way, in thinking that way, we have inside this reach actually. Can you say something?
And we are in the rural areas, we are focusing on the tongs and the bazaars where people come forward and discuss about various problems in their life. And if they see the posters and there are people to communicate with them, they will say that you can call this number and talk about your problem directly, and they will come and solve it for you.
Sir, if I may add. Sir, we are not just looking for complaints. We are also looking for suggestions that the people might provide us to how we can improve our service. So we will also be accepting suggestions from the people. So there might be people who would be giving us suggestions on how we can improve the public service. Sir.
Okay. And say you receive your complaint, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what do you do?
So we will be having a 24-hour time limit for responding to his complaint, and we will take immediate actions according to the requirement.
Would you solve the problem within 24 hours, or you will respond within 24 hours?
We will respond within
24 hours.
And what's the timeline for solving the problem? That depends on the problem.
Yes, sir. That depends on the content.
So who would solve the problem?
So the government.
Well, I basically don't have any questions, but like I have a comment regarding, say, your mechanisms. You are heavily focusing on the hotline, yes?
Yes, sir.
So, like, one problem that you said, if we ask 10 people out of 8, they will say that
Yes,
we
sir.
have certain kind
Yes,
of problem, right? So, here, who's taking the action? You are going to them and asking a question.
Yes, sir.
So, there is very minimal effort on the people to answer, right?
Yes, sir.
But here, you are asking the people to take an active effort.
Yes, sir.
Calls, the hotline.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that is going to, there will be a viable conversion rate?
Yes, sir. Sir, that's a very good point you have raised. First of all, they don't have to call it. As we have said, they can send a push SMS. They can send a voicemail also. In our present world, most of the people in Bangladesh are using the mobile phone. Sir, it's just a click away. So if you are promising them this campaign in such a regulatory way, in such an organized way, which government hasn't done previously, so I think they will be interested about it, and everyone wants a better future, a better country. So I think they will be very interested to at least give some suggestion, just a SMS away. We spend a lot of minutes in different things, so a SMS away for a better life would be a bad decision.
So it seems like you feel that everyone in the country thinks as logically as you are.
Sir, they might not think logically, but everyone in this country, I believe, has an inherent patriotic view towards the country, who wants a better country. So I think they would be interested in this thing.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. আমার ভালো লেগেছে যে আপনারা অনেক কাজ করেছেন, বাজেট নিয়ে কাজ করেছেন।
Thank you, sir.
তো কত কোটি টাকা বাজেট দেওয়া আসছে এখানে?
6 কোটি
62 million.
এক বছরে 6 কোটি।
Yes, sir.
Sir,
এই 6 কোটি টাকা গভর্নমেন্ট দিবে, কি মনে হয় যে গভর্নমেন্ট কি কমপ্লেন করলে তো বকা দিবে, বকা খাওয়ার জন্য কি 6 কোটি টাকা দিবে গভর্নমেন্ট?
So actually we are giving a lot of suggestions. এটা পুরো বাজেটটার কস্ট মানে পুরো অ্যাক্টিভিটির কস্ট গভর্নমেন্ট যে জিনিসটা অ্যাক্টিভিটিটা পছন্দ করে
আলটিমেটলি তো বকায় আসবে
ইয়েস স্যার স্যার অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমরা গভর্নমেন্টকে ফার্স্টে বলে দিব যে আপনি এখান থেকে যে অ্যাক্টিভিটিটা পছন্দ হচ্ছে আমাদের আইডিয়া ইউ ক্যান ইমপ্লিমেন্ট দ্যাট ইউ ডোন্ট হ্যাভ টু ইমপ্লিমেন্ট দ্য হোল ক্যাম্পেইন সো যে কোনো একটা পার্টিকুলার আইডিয়া সে টিবিসি অর দ্য হটলাইন সিস্টেম ইফ দে অ্যাপ্লাই কস্ট হাফের চেয়ে বেশি কমে যাচ্ছে ফর এক্সাম্পল
গভর্নমেন্ট কি গালি খাওয়ার জন্য টাকা খরচ করে
Sir, the answer to this question is simple. Government যেটা প্রশ্ন করবে ওইটা খালি accept করবে. We are giving the whole budget.
Sir, but the thing is, এখানে স্যার গালি কি গভর্নমেন্ট সেটা doing this project for the betterment of the country.
না, গভর্নমেন্ট এটা জানে না একদম। আপনারা চারজন ইয়াং খুবই দেশপ্রেমিক, আপনারা 71-52 তা ভাবেন সিরিয়াসলি মানুষের কথা ভাবেন। গভর্নমেন্টের কিন্তু ম্যান্ডেট আছে গভর্নমেন্টের মানুষের কথা ভাবেন, মানুষের জন্য কাজ করেন, হ্যাঁ? তা আপনারা এই আইডিয়াটা নিয়ে তো দুটো যদি আমি ম্যাপ করি অডিয়েন্স, একটা হচ্ছে গভর্নমেন্ট অফিসার্স যারা সার্ভিস প্রোভাইড করে, আর একটা হচ্ছে সাধারণ মানুষ। আপনার সাধারণ মানুষের জন্য অনেক চিন্তা করতে কীভাবে তারা রিচ করবেন। এখন মূল জিনিসটা হচ্ছে যে আপনার কাছে কী মনে হয় যে গভর্নমেন্টকে বোঝানো মানে গভর্নমেন্টের যে বডিটা তাকে বোঝানো বেশি সহজ নাকি সাধারণ মানুষকে বোঝানো সহজ যে আপনি এই ধরনের একটা জিনিস কাজ করবেন, পিচটা দিচ্ছেন গভর্নমেন্টের কাছে যে আমরা এরকম একটা মেকানিজম তৈরি করতে চাই যেখানে এটা মানুষ পাবলিক বেনিফিটেড হবে, আপনার পাবলিকের জন্য কাজ করছেন, পাবলিকের জন্য সার্ভেন্ট আপনারা করবেন। তো গভর্নমেন্টের কাছে এটা গ্রহণযোগ্য হবে কিনা, বাজেটের কথা আমি ভুলে গেলাম।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে
Sir,
কারোর কাছে যাওয়া বেশি কঠিন মনে হয়, আরো সহজ করে দেবে।
sir, there will be a filtering process যাতে নাকি গভর্নমেন্ট নাকি গালি না খায় এটা প্রায়োরিটির জন্য।
এটা তো না
সিলেক্ট দ্য আইডিয়াস কিভাবে তাদের কাছে প্রেজেন্ট
আমার
করবে।
যদি ধরেন একটা কি বলে ন্যাশনাল আইডি করার জন্য যদি আমাকে 2 বছর অপেক্ষা করতে হয় আমি তো অবশ্যই গালি দেবো, আমি গালি দিবেন না আপনি? তো গালিটা সহ্য করার মতো বা গভর্নমেন্টকে আপনি বোঝাতে পারবেন যে আপনি দেখেন গালিটা আপনার দাবিদার, আপনি গালিটা আপনার খাওয়া উচিত, কি বলুন?
We will just let them know by a filtering process that this problem is going on. We need an agent to solve this problem. Please provide us the agent, and then they will send someone and solve the problem. They don't have to really actually listen to the main thing that they say, the main gali or whatever you are saying.
Sure. Again, we must look into the fact that government is here to serve the people, to solve the problem of the people. Government is here to make sure that the people complaints are met, and they also have to keep in mind that the people are the one who will be voting for them when the next election comes.
Sir,
so it will be also in the back of their mindset that if they solve the problems that the people are facing and the complaints they are receiving, if those problems are solved, the people will be ultimately
আমি
happy.
বুঝতে পারছি। এখন গভর্নমেন্ট যারা কাজ করেন তারা তো এমনিতে কাজ না করলে টাকা পায়, বেতন পায়।
Sir, can I say
এখানে
something?
আবার ঝামেলা বাড়ায় কেন?
Sir, can I say something about
কি
it?
ইনসেন্টিভ কি হবে?
So actually government has a plan in 2021 digital Bangladesh. So government is trying to digitalize everything. First of all passport এর জন্য আমাদের অনেকদিন ওয়েট করতে হতো 2-3 বছর। এখন কি করছে? এখন government has electronized it, made it simple. So আমরা যে ফিডব্যাক মেকানিজমটাকে টেকনোলজি ইউজ করে গভর্নমেন্টকে বুঝাইতে পারি যে ইটস গোয়িং উইথ দ্য অবজেক্টিভ, দ্য ভিশন অফ দ্য গভর্নমেন্ট ডিজিটাল 2021. So I think the government একটু ইন্টারেস্টেড হবে এই প্রজেক্টটা নিয়ে।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you
so much, sir.
Thank you very much.